This Sunday, AEW All Out finally arrives, and while I'm really excited for the show, I have to admit they've gone way overboard with the amount of matches. Hopefully everything gets enough on-screen time. Anyway, I'm Pomi Wrestling, and these are my predictions for the 14 announced matches. Let's begin! Firstly, on hour 0, we have Hook vs Angelo Parker for the FTW Championship. This is a bit of a random addition to the card, but will likely be short and harmless, while giving Hook a showcase victory in front of a fiery Chicago crowd. Right after, Pac battles Kip Sabian for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. After months of teasing everybody with a cardboard box helmet, Kip Sabian finally made his official AEW return to start a feud with Pac over the All-Atlantic title. I'm happy to have Kip back, but it would be kind of underwhelming to have him beat Pac in his first title defense in America. There is also Eddie Kingston vs Tomohiro Ishii. I don't know what the hell happened to the Kingston vs Guevara match they were building, but I can't complain too much when AEW is giving me Kingston vs Ishii instead. This was great when it happened at Capital Collision, so I'm excited to see a rabid Chicago crowd react to it. As for the winner, it probably makes sense to have Eddie beat the New Japan guy while in AEW territory. Let's start the main card with the Casino Ladder match. This was a crazy ass last minute addition to the card, but one that I'm all for. Going through the participants, it's easy to take out guys like Dante Martin and the Lucha Bros who don't feel close to title contention at the moment. Lush would be cool, but he just challenged for that belt and Fight for the Fallen. Claudio Castagnoli in a champion vs champion match sounds amazing, but it's far too soon for that. Andrade and Wheeler Yuta are the most viable known picks, with either Mox or Punk as logical and interesting opponents. However, this is a case where the Joker seems like the best choice. I don't know if it's a returning star like Samoa Joe, Adam Cole or NGF, or an outsider like W. Morrissey, Will Ospreay or heck even Bray Wyatt. Either way, I'm sticking with the Joker on this one. After that, Wardlow and FTR clash with Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. I didn't particularly care about this feud for a while, until they randomly decided to throw in Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley into the mix. I expect Wardlow and FTR to win, but I don't really care as long as we get a proper FTR vs NCMG match, preferably soon. Afterwards, Ricky Starks faces Powerhouse Hobbs. This is probably one of the heel turns I expected the least to happen. Hobbs and Starks were just starting to get showcased on Dynamite more often, and I thought they would get a proper run before any kind of split talk. Having said that, both men have absolutely nailed their characters after return, especially Starks, who is rapidly becoming one of the top babyfaces in AEW. I'd love to see Starks pick up the victory, but I feel like this is only the first matchup in a longer feud, so I expect Hobbs to win at All Out. Later on, it's the House of Black vs Miedo, Darby Allin and Sting. This Miedo and Malachi Black feud has been boiling over since Forbidden Door, and I was kind of hoping for a singles Miedo vs Black match. It makes sense to add Darby and Sting, but it also makes the results much more predictable. Sting is still undefeated in AEW, and unless Malachi specifically gets the pinfall win over him, I don't see a world where the House of Black comes out victorious. Then we have Christian Cage vs Jungle Boy. For the most part, I've really enjoyed the work between these two. Christian is a master in the art of being a cunning jackass, and Jungle Boy actually stepped up his mic work to elevate this rivalry. My only gripe, whatever is actually going on with Luchasaurus. He joined and betrayed Christian before being suddenly written off TV. In most cases, I'd go for a clear Jungle Boy victory, but with Lucha's loose threat still ongoing, I'm actually picking Christian after an elaborate ruse reveals Luchasaurus never left his side. Coming next, Jade Cargill faces Athena for the AEW TBS Championship. This rivalry started all the way back around Double or Nothing, and has taken a bit too long to actually pay off, which is a shame since Athena is Jade's first real threat. Jade has been protected for the entirety of her AEW tenure and has run through a good chunk of the entire women's roster. So right now wouldn't be a bad time to take her in a different direction after suffering her first loss. Plus, Athena would do wonders with the TBS title's open challenge nature. So despite feeling like I'm in the minority, I'm sticking with an Athena championship victory. Afterwards, the Elite and the Dark Order fight to crown the first ever AEW Trios champions. Technically speaking, this match isn't official since Orange Cassidy and Best Friends are still in contention, but come on. There are two major stories in play here. First, Kenny Omega has just made his grand return after 9 months of rehab, and while he was able to conquer the Facción Ingobernable and the United Empire, is clearly still not at 100%. Second, Hangman Page chose to stick with the Dark Order, officially joining them in the ring after Uno and Ten were taken out. There are interesting storylines no matter who wins, but I think it's pretty clear Kenny and the Bucks will be the inaugural champions. Especially after Tony Khan himself revealed he was waiting for Kenny to come back before officially introducing the belts. Then, Bryan Danielson goes one-on-one with Chris Jericho. While the whole JAS vs BCC feud has gone for longer than it really needed to, the Danielson Garcia saga makes it all worth it. Garcia's performance against Danielson was superb, and in the same way Yuta did when facing Moxley, they created a unique connection between him and the crowd. Jericho and Danielson fighting for Garcia's soul is the perfect setup for Daniel Garcia to officially turn face and join the Blackpool Combat Club after stopping Jericho's cheating ways, costing him the match. Would be shocked if this isn't the outcome. After that, Swerve in Our Glory takes on the Acclaimed for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. As much as I love both of these teams, I don't really have much to say about this match. I expect Max Caster and Anthony Bowens to be champions at some point, and I expect Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee's reign to end this year leading into a single suit. However, I think it's far too soon to pull the trigger on either of these paths, so expect Swerve in Our Glory to retain. Up next, Toni Storm, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida fight to determine an interim AEW Women's World Champion. While it's unfortunate Thunder Rosa had to miss this show due to injury, the replacement match sounds much more intriguing. Aside from Baker, I'd gladly take any of these women as interim champion. However, I feel like Hayter and Baker will cancel each other out, leaving only Shida and Storm. I'd love to see Shida get a title reign that's not stuck in Daily's place, but she was barely featured on TV before the shake-up to the card. Toni Storm is the choice that makes the most sense, and I wouldn't mind seeing her with some gold again. And finally, Jon Moxley clashes with CM Punk for the AEW World Championship. This is the toughest storyline to decipher on the whole card. Punk's foot injury completely screwed over whatever plans there were after Double or Nothing, and now I'm really torn on where we are going. Moxley's shocking squash victory from last week led me equally thrilled and puzzled. But after Ace Steel and Punk's Chicago-centric promo, I can see things going in two directions. Either they are telling a straight-up feel-good story where Punk gets the big hometown victory, or they are setting up a big swerve to turn him heel. I'm picking the heel turn since it's the most interesting story, but either way, I expect Punk to regain the belt and resume the title reign he was supposed to have. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, see ya!